My name is Jaime Claret, a teacher by profession since 16 up to the present. What we are going to talk about is the Social Studies Atlas, which was launched at the Department of Education in 1999 after having been endorsed by a Secretary of Education, Brother Andrew Gonzalez, to the government of Spain through the Ambassador Colomé, Delphine Colomé. It was launched on June 8, 1999, on the occasion of the centennial celebration of the independence of the Philippines from Spain. And the one talking to you is a Spaniard. Very proud to have done something for the Philippines. We have here a social studies atlas that, though it was launched during the times of Brother Andrew Gonzalez in 1999, it came to be known as Macabayan due to the latest development in the Department of Education that was so-called the 2002 Basic Education Curriculum. From that moment, the whole curriculum of the Department of Education went through a kind of evolution or evolvement. So we came up with 5 subjects, of which the latest one is Macabayan. Macabayan is known especially by the public school teachers. It's practiced by the best schools in Metro Manila, and it is being sponsored by the educational system of the major private schools in Metro Manila. It's being sponsored by all the public schools of the city of Mandaluyong, and we are aiming to continuously spread this Macabayan subject throughout all the country, all the Philippines. About 2 years ago, or maybe in 2005 to be exact, UNILAV came up with a sponsorship of about 5,000 schools, especially public schools. And we put our Macabayan in about 5,000 public schools, libraries. If you consider that the public school system has 23 million students up to 3rd level, and that the private school out of the 23 million is only about 2.5 million students, the difference is quite big. And if we were to think of what UNILAV did for 5,000 schools, that is just a very small number compared to the 45,000 public schools that we have in the Philippines. Talking about the subject, what you have here, the Social Studies Atlas, is 32 pages that actually, if you were to put them together in a book, you would have about 300 pages. Just to give you an idea, this page alone, which comes from the from the government, it is 70 pages reduced to just only 1 page. And what do you have there? You have here the provinces, the cities, and the capitals of the Philippines. If you ask, without mentioning schools or teachers or anyone in the government would find difficult, and that doesn't come from me, it comes from the Department of Education, it would be difficult for them to attach or to connect a city to a province or a capital to a province if you are not well versed in a system of continuous repetition that would give you an access to this kind of clear coordinates of the provinces with the regions and the corresponding capitals, the cities with the provinces and the regions, the capitals with the provinces and the regions. This is about 70 pages. But of course, together with that goes the economic status or income of every province, city and capital, which is very important. So through this, actually, you would come up with a clear vision of the modular activities that the students are supposed to practice in order to be able to understand the Makabayan. The modular activities are there in order to discover the Philippines in its entirety, in its own Makabayan concept. Makabayan implies economics, implies values, implies home economics, implies kasaysayan, social studies in general, implies 5 subjects. In order to come up with the 5 subjects, you need one coordinating subject, and that is geography. So through the Makabayan modular activities, you identify the subject or the issue, you identify the place, and you identify the what, the where, and then you come up with the color codes, because this is basically what it is, color-coded atlas. And by practicing the 5 senses that you have to apply to every modular activity, you have to see, you have to hear, you have to speak, you have to use your hands and your eyes in order to come up with the identity of the subjects that the students choose in their Makabayan competencies. So actually, in a nutshell, if you have this, you don't need to memorize. If you go on practicing through the Makabayan competencies, the Makabayan modular activities, you will come up with a knowledge of the Philippines, you will come up with the sources of economics, you will produce entrepreneurs, and we are inviting precisely the corporate social responsibility to understand that through these students of today, even from grade 3, 4, 5, 6, first year high school, up to 4th year, they can produce their own entrepreneurs, their own salespeople by having access to the products that they are selling. That would be a great CRS, corporate social responsibility. And so with the politicians, we invite them to be concerned about education, and just like Avalos, Mayor Avalos, to come up with patronizing their public schools, city public schools. And so by giving you this recommendation, we say goodbye, and let us see whether through these kind of activities you can produce Makabayan, Makatao, Makakalikas, and Makatios students active in the economy of this country. This is the way to end poverty, the knowledge of the motherland with all the sources of economy that she has to offer. Goodbye.